Hello everyone! The second episode of brand new multiverse called SKIBIDI Genesis was dropped yesterday, and now I am ready to finally analyze it. And you guys showed a really good activity under my analysis of the first SKIBIDI Genesis episode, so just as I promised, I contacted Skyler directly and asked him to share some exclusive information on his SKIBIDI Genesis project. So in today's video, I'm going to not only analyze the second episode of his new multiverse, but also share some exclusive info with you guys about it. What crazy battle occurs in this episode, and what secrets about the future plot of this series Chasing Skyler revealed to me? And what character can actually steal the title of being the hottest in all SKIBIDI toilets from Drill Woman and Speaker Woman? Okay, so now get your tea and snacks ready and prepare to watch this video to the end, because I saved the most interesting pieces of exclusive info for later. And let's go! The episode starts with the team that was firstly introduced to us in the first episode. And by the way, thank you guys for telling me the exact names of these guys, so I don't need to create my own nicknames for them. As it turned out, this beautiful lady is called Diamond Speaker Woman. This yellow guy is Golden Speaker Man. The silent buddy is in fact Silver Speaker Man, and the purple protagonist was already known to me as Obsidian Speaker Man. Okay, so all the members of this Speaker Men exclusive team are playing in the stealth mode now and approaching the SKIBIDI Tower occupied with different enemies. So that's why it seems to me these guys decided to play it more sneakily, even despite the fact that they all are elite warriors. Obsidian peeks from the rock and observes the satiation. And in the distance we see 5 SKIBIDI toilets, which seem to be modified with some technical stuff, and the large SKIBIDI mutant with an even more interesting design. He has a weirdly shaped white mask on his face, and in general his suit reminded me of Nanosuit from the game called Crisis. And as we started talking about nano stuff, he also reminded me of a character named Raiden from the game Metal Gear Rising, who wore a similar suit, and just as Raiden, this mutant is also equipped with a sword. Add who knows, maybe it was Metal Gear Solid series that inspired Chasing Skyler to show us a stealthy mission in the beginning of this episode? It's getting clear to Obsidian that these SKIBIDI toilets won't be easy to deal with in open combat at all, so they decide to follow another plan. Obsidian turns back to his mates and tells them with a gesture to put a protective gear on, so all of them are taking the advanced earphones and putting them around their head speakers. And check out how the Golden Speakerman is the only one of this team who put on the earphones with the microphone attached to it. So maybe this guy is responsible for distanced communications and have some special abilities in this sphere. Because right now it seems to me that Diamond Speaker Woman is a melee goddess, which we also see later in this episode, by the way. Obsidian is a strategic leader, so the Golden Speaker Man may carry his own special role in this team too. And after that, we see the emergence of the Alliance's camera helicopter, which made me really excited. That means that there are not just Speakerman's side and SKIBIDI Toilet's side in this multiverse, but the fully functioning Alliance as well. But Chasing Skyler just decided to focus on Speakermen more, while the majority of other SKIBIDI creators tend to give more attention to Cameraman Fraction. And you guys must know that I really consider Speakermen underappreciated in SKIBIDI community, so props to SKIBIDI Genesis creator for paying more interest to them. And it seems like it was this camera helicopter the Golden Speakerman communicated with, so this ship is here to help them. The helicopter flies closer to the SKIBIDI base and releases a large cargo, which turned out to be a huge speaker. And it's the similar speaker model that we could see on SKIBIDI Scientist in episode 60, for example. A group of SKIBIDI toilets come closer to glimpse at what just happened, and to tell you honestly, their sheer innocence made me chuckle a bit, as they looked like a batch of little kittens here. And just a second ago, they have to pay for their innocence as the huge wave of bass-boosted sound from this speaker throws them away on the closest tower's wall and destroys them in a moment. And the impact of this is so huge that even a tree fell on the ground nearby. And then comes the most interesting part of today's episode. The trees in the nearby forest start shaking, and some absolutely crazy-looking SKIBIDI Strider appears. And to me, he looks like a combination of SKIBIDI Strider from episode 47 of Boom's original series, but just without upper guns, and SKIBIDI Vacuum Urinal from episode 46, although only partly. And well, in general, this SKIBIDI looks like a mix of the most gut-wrenching monsters both in Boom's original series and multiverses. And here we're about to see something spicy. Diamond Speaker Woman in pair with Obsidian comes closer. And now I'd want to address her weapon real quick, because as it turned out, it is not just a random spear, but in fact a reference to a weapon called Spear of Longinus's from the iconic Evangelion anime. So this definitely adds more weight to her character, although she already has some weighty elements in her body. And as we started speaking about weapons, Chasing Skyler also revealed to me that Obsidian's knives are actually references to karambit knives from Counter-Strike, and the scythes were also inspired by this popular character from the latest Puss in Boots movie. But I'm sure you remember this detail anyways, because Boom also used this character as a reference twice. As the second Skibidi Strider appears on the horizon, both Diamond Speaker Woman and Obsidian Speaker Man are getting ready for a battle, and then you see one of the most epic fighting scenes I've ever seen in multiverses. And it reminded me a lot of the choreographed fighting scenes from the old CGI movie called Final Fantasy VII, Advent Children. And it made the combat in Skibidi Genesis really unique in comparison to other Skibidi multiverses. Diamond Speaker Woman gets thrown into the air, and oh my god, what the literal heck is he doing? That's one of the sickest things I've ever seen in my life. But this girl doesn't even plan to stop and take it easy, so then she finishes off another Skibidi in an even more brutal way. She really gave me Ada Wong vibes here because she's really hot, but dangerous at the same time. Would it prevent me from taking her phone number anyways? Of course not! And yeah, I know that Obsidian won't probably like hearing this, but what to do? This girl is just too fire. Okay, but let's get back to the episode now. The scene changes, and we're getting shown an ID checking monitor, and Obsidian manages to get his team inside this Skibidi tower, while cleverly using the head of one of the destroyed Skibidi toilets to pretend that they're Skibidi too. This identification system is pretty easy to fool, huh? So the whole team walks inside without any issues, but I'm sure that some problems may arise for them in the next episode because somebody has to observe these CCTV cameras, right? The door closes, and on this unsettling note, the second episode ends. And now it's time for me to reveal some exclusive information that was sent to me by Chasing Skyler personally, and I promised you guys to take an interview from him about the creation of this multiverse, and that's exactly what I did. And the first question I asked from him was who inspired him to create his own multiverse? And could it be Monster Up, a creator of Skibidi Zombie Universe, because him and Chasing Skyler worked together a couple of times? And to this, Chasing Skyler answered that. Monster Up was offering support along the way, and they have been a great help, and they definitely have been a source of inspiration. But Skyler's love for computer animation started way back when he was a kid, and when PlayStation 1 had just come out and he got to see CGI-made cutscenes for the first time. It made him obsessed with them. So when Skyler went to high school, he was able to take a lot of editing courses, film studies, and computer animation courses. His series is taking inspiration from many videos, games, and animes he enjoyed growing up, and honestly, as an analyst, I can see it pretty clearly. He's always been interested in this sort of art form, but he just never had the audience to produce anything for till now. So having this opportunity now was just a dream come true for Skyler. For him, it is one big learning experience, and he has a lot of fun doing it. And hearing this from him really felt wholesome. So be sure to support Skibidi Genesis, guys, because Chasing Skyler really deserves it. Plus, he added that the quality of his series will grow really soon. I also asked him whether it's hard to animate series like that, to which he said that as his crew consists of only 2 people, now it takes at least 1 week just to gather assets and create characters and locations. The animation part is the longest, but as his team gathers more assets in their library and learn new animating tricks, they will be able to get new episodes faster and even better. And then I asked him the hottest question, as I asked to reveal to my viewers some crazy spoiler about the future episodes of his multiverse. And Chasing Skyler said that they are actually planning to have some cameos from Dom Studios' multiverse and make references to it. And they will also interlink it with Obsidian story-wise, which will have a big influence on his abilities. And this was all for today. I cannot wait for the release of the 3rd episode, which Skyler is already cooking right now. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel and support Skyler's cool project in the comments below. And that was me, ISOTOILET. See ya!